French founder, Austin builder. We're diving into Eva Wolf's jump from Normandy events to a 12-person agency, the lessons from a costly tech misfire, and the systems that keep her mission and boundaries intact. Eva, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm very happy to be here and met you guys with your little truck around the city. So cool. I love the concept a lot.
Awesome. You live in Austin and you run a marketing agency here in Austin, but it's not long ago that you were growing up in France.
Yes, I'm a French woman. I grew up in Normandy, in Rouen. It's a little town between Paris and the ocean. So I always say between Paris and London, like these people can start to know where it is. And yeah, I grew up there. I did some science studies. I wanted to be a doctor. And when I started to be at the university, I was like, it's no way I can sit 8 years like that, just listening to people and learning in books. I really love connecting with people and community. And I was kind of a party girl, I will say, on my 18. So yeah, I started to work very young. And one day, I don't know, I was living downtown. I met my neighbor and he was like, Eva, you always have people in your apartment, you do a lot of parties, you know a lot of people. I would love to have you during the anniversary of my restaurant. And I was like, I'm not the event planner, what are you talking about? So one day, 1 week, and every time I was coming back home after work, he was like, did you think about it really? It will be very nice. So at the end of the day, he explained me like he has some problem with his turnover. It was very hard for him right now to make some money with his restaurant. So I was like, okay, I will just help my neighbor. And it's how it starts. So I started to be an event planner that way. I did one event. It was a very big success. We did a couple more events like in the same year, like maybe 20. Every single small businesses was calling me like, Eva, it was like Eva event thing. Can you do the same as Pascal? Can you do the same here? And step by step, I was doing like events from 50 to 300 and then to 3,000 people. So I did like very huge event in Normandy. And it's kind of how I start my entrepreneurial journey.
That's wild, from 0 events to 20 in the first year.
I know, yeah, it was wild. And I'm grateful I say yes. I mean, for me, I always wanted to help people. It was something I care about people. So helping them, increasing them turnover and keep them business alive. For me, it wasn't really a job. It was just something I can do for them. And then it was fun too, you know. So I was putting like DJ and art, and some people was doing tattoo on the side. And it was like this big pop-up event I was creating. And then I started to work with the mayor, with the city, did like very huge event outside. And it was really my passion. So from 2015, I started this. It was at the beginning, it was a non-profit association called Wolf Event, because Wolf, it's my real name. With the same French, like le loup. It was like le loup de la nuit, so like the Wall Street thing, like the businesswoman doing like party thing. Anyways, it was kind of funny how the brand went with this name. And it was always a speculation like, oh, is it a real name? Because people were thinking like it's a pseudonym or something. So it was the funny part. But yeah, it's how I start. And yeah, I'm very happy I jumped into this business because I was very passionate. So 2015, yeah, as a non-profit, then I created a company. So I was doing both the non-profit to help small businesses to increase them turnover, but it was more working with the city and the government. And the company started to grow from 2016 to 2020. And in 2020, every people knows what happened. So it was very hard for the event industry. And it's all, I kind of start to just help people in some other ways. So they were like, can you do a website? Can you do social media marketing? Can you do community management and all this stuff? It's all the company called Ask Wolf. and it's how it began. So really, like, they were asking every single thing, and we did a lot. And then we just start to focus on the offer. I built a team because I couldn't do anything, everything myself anymore. And now we like 12, like it's 7 in France and 5 here. It's correct.
International. You're still. That's interesting. So you're still running the piece in France as well.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do. So the story with Austin, it's another story. I try to do like short story with you because we can speak about that like for hours and and days but yeah, Austin, I don't know, between these years I start to travel a lot. So I just discovered that it's a lot of people that do some digital nomad thing, and I don't know, I needed to speak English. So I just speak about the things that I've become an event planner, but my real job after I left the University of Medicine, I jumped into the law. So I start to do a bachelor in law. I become a real estate agent specialized in taxation. So I was selling like apartments and then houses and then buildings. So it's kind of all people know me in cities too, because I was doing a lot of deals, selling buildings with like some people that they do renovations and you sell it again. It's like a big business in France because you decrease your taxes that way every year. So that was my real job. So basically, when I start to jump to the event world, event industry, I was doing real estate agent on the weekday and event planner on the weekend. And when I start to really do some money being an event planner, I switch and I just stop real estate and I focus on event planning. So that was my real job.
Wild. But it's crazy how things go. Like, I mean, you were hesitant to this first job because you said it was your neighbor that wanted to give you this event planning job. You were hesitant to it. I'm curious, what made you say yes eventually? Like, why did you cave? And you're like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. And then as soon as you did it, what was that feeling? Because obviously you pursued it very quickly after. So it went from a, no, I'm not going to do that to let's do it. And I'm going to do 20 more this year.
Yeah, it was very wild. I mean, being a real estate, I think it's the thing when he came to me saying, oh, do you want to do a party? I was like, I can sell your business anytime you want. But this guy was so passionate and it was a family business. And I was like, I can't just sell his business. Maybe I can really help him that way. So his anniversary was in November and he started to speak about it like in September. So I think I just started to really prepare my mind. And I was like, okay, why not? So when I say yes, at the same time, it was really just to help my neighborhood, you know. I didn't really think. And I think when you start to be, because I did so many door to door, you know, like I'm not shy. I'm very extroverted. So for me, doing an event in a little restaurant, like for me, it was nothing. Just calling my friends, put some DJs there. I remember I put my friends doing some house DJ set, and I was my other friend doing some violin on it. I just love music, so I love when you have like a real instrument on top of deep house music. So I just create like a big show into this restaurant. I removed all these chairs and table and really like did like a kind of nightclub for couples hour. So yeah, it was just a success. It did a lot of money this night, and then people was calling me. So why I will say no? For me, it was like, yes, I did it one time. Of course, I was stressing out. I was like, what if no one show up? What if? But you know, the what if, it's something you will always have. And as an entrepreneur, you know it. The what if, it's like the little voice in your mind speaking to yourself. But at the same time, what if you never came to Austin, Texas? What if you never start your production company? And the what if, for a lot of people, this is the luck that they do not start their own business and they do not go out from this comfort zone. And I think if you stop to listen to this if why, if what, and if oh, you will start to do bigger in your career.
Stop being scared of the unknown, really, right?
Oh yeah, big time. It's a thing it's a lot of people that are scared and they have dreams. And I always say, like, you have one life. You can lose, but you can win. And what if you really happy in your life and every morning you wake up and you have the smile and you do what you really love? And I saw so many people, they struggle and they stay into this box of, oh, I have debt, I have that to pay, I have children. Okay, that's a lot of criteria, but at the same time, you have one life. So you will put yourself into a box because you're afraid of the new. And to come back to this event, of course I was afraid of the new, but what? It was not really. I was like on top, like a second floor. It was at the. I mean, in America, you don't say the zero, but it was on the first floor. So I was on the third. But it was just fun. And then I just help all these people. So November, it's really when it started. November 2015. And then all the year in 2016, I said I was like doing event all the time, and really it was just. Doing events, it's very scary because you never know. And at this time, it was no Instagram. I remember I was putting flyer into like little small businesses. Like it was 10 years ago. So really, it was the beginning of Instagram. Facebook, I remember creating my first page on Facebook and put all these events. And one day it was so many people going to the event. The mayor called me on the phone, like, Eva, you have to stop all this shit. And I was like, it's not me, it's internet. And I was like, oh, you have my numbers. Like, I was like so shocked this day. And anyway, my name was all over the newspaper because I was doing like big event. And it was like, it's still a lot of law in France. Here too, you have security thing and all these things. So anyways, it was fun. It was a couple of years fun. And to come back to the story, so real estate, event planning in Normandy. So my big problem was I do not speak English. I was losing deal in real estate, and I was losing like kind of deals like when I wanted to put big guests, like international guests. It's a lot of people, you can't really trust in this industry. So you negotiate a deal and then you say, okay, this wasn't the deal. The guy just took like $2,000 or $10,000 on his side. So I was like, I need to speak English to keep that career, both sides. So I start to come to London, start to stay here. And I don't know, some people speak about Australia. And I was like, oh, you can do a working holiday visa? And I was so young, dude. I was like 22, 23 years old. I was like, okay, maybe I can go to Australia. At least I will have the sun and the beach and surfing thing, like a dream. So yeah, I live a little bit in London, and then I went to Perth, Western Australia. And it's I start to speak English. So between this 2015 to 2020, I did couples, months, years, kind of as a digital nomad. I did some events in Melbourne. I work for a big business club there, big opportunity, Melbourne and Sydney. And it's I understand, you can do events, but you don't have to do B2C, you can do B2B. And it's I discover like all this very luxury, classy, bougie business club I never hear about. So I was like, okay, maybe it's a business into that too. So anyways, yeah, it's a long story, like I travel a lot, learn English, got back to France, get locked out, change all my services. And yeah, it was the first part of the decade.
Incredible. Beyond the, when you started to learn English, you identified this opportunity that you were, losing out or missing on things because you didn't know English. And then you obviously learned it, and that helped you specifically in negotiation and that sort of thing. But what other doors do you think that, learning that language opened up for you that has kind of helped you to where you are today?
I mean, so I start to learn, at school you do I learned British English. And when I travel, I learned the Aussie English. And I was like, okay, what is that? It's so different, especially when you arrive in Western Australia after learning English in London. So it was kind of tough. But even like the American English, at the end of the day, it's the English. It's like French in Canada or in France. It's not the same slang, but you can understand each other. So for me, I needed to speak English for sure. And I will never build a company in America if I didn't learn English, 7 years ago. And if you're not in the country, you can't learn it properly. You can't learn all this slang and all this expression, and you can't really have a deepest conversation with people. So you can't do negotiation. You can learn on Duolingo. Okay, great. Go to speak to the guy outside and you will glitch. It took, I think, to really be bilingual, it took at least 1 or 2 years in the country. So the good thing is I did that before, and then when I start to keep traveling and arrive in America kind of 4 years ago, learn about Austin, and I was like, okay, this city, because I did like Paris, London, Barcelona, Milano, Singapore, really like Sydney, Bangkok. I really like all this big city you have to go. And when I arrived in Austin, I was like, okay, this city, I just see the potential, and I was like, it's no way you can live somewhere else right now. And it was like 4 years ago. So did a lot of back and forth, start to work on my visas and immigration process. It was very long. And I really moved like kind of 2 years ago officially, and opened my LLC a year ago. So it's the second headquarter of Ask Wolf. One is in Rouen, Normandy, and one in Austin, Texas. But I will never open this headquarter if I didn't learn English in Aussie.
I feel like that I liken that like learning English to your equivalent of like one of the hard things. You know what I mean? We were talking into leaning into the things that you know, or being afraid of potentially not doing something, but look at all the doors that it's opened for you, right? Specific to the office here, because you said originally you traveled back and forth a lot. Is that still the case? Are you still doing that?
No, I'm a resident. I live here since October 2023. 2023. So no, I did a lot of back and forth. So obviously when you're a tourist, you have an ESTA visa, and it allows you to be 88 days in the States. So I was doing 88 days here, 88 days in France, 88 days there. And I did that for 2 years. So really it was hard emotionally, because, 3 months you have time to have a new routine. And I was like learning all these people, making friends here, and then I was saying goodbye. And I was saying hello in France and saying goodbye again. And doing that for 2 years, trust me, like it's not like 6 months, really like 3 months. It's a lot of thinking. And I was like, should I really move here? What if, again, what if I move here and my business in France don't run anymore? Because it was running well. And I started to do some fractional teaching. I was like a teacher, like 2 days a week in Paris, in the College of Paris. I was teaching community management and project management for bachelor and master. So it was like a big opportunity for me, and I love teaching, and I love giving my skills and my knowledge. So starting that, they were very kind, because we did like, I was working there when I was there, so they really adapt my calendar, and it was very kind from them. I did that for 2 years with them. So when I moved here, I knew I will not teach anymore, because here you can't work in America if you don't have all these bachelors and certifications. So saying goodbye to teach people and the company I built and my family. I'm lucky I still have my grandparents both side. So saying goodbye to grandparents, my parents, my brothers, I was like, oh my God, is it the right thing to do? And sometimes you have to sacrifice yourself to do bigger. But I remember since I'm 18, my friends, my family always said, your career always go first. And I'm like, yeah, but it's my passion, it's my hobbies. I don't have any other hobbies. Of course, yeah, I love diving, I love surfing, it's nice doing some sport, but it's hard to sacrifice this, and some friends will never understand. I did the experience, I just turned 30, so I really started very young. And when I was building my business, my friends were at school. I didn't really go to school then, so I was like, I'm building business and my friends are at school and they do party all the time. I do party, but no, I'm event planner, so I can't really party that way. So it was like a big wall starting to be between us. So all my friends start to be like, I was 25, all my friends were like 40. And it's the thing, I was kind of not aligned with people with my age. So it was kind of, hard with my friends at this time. But anyway, so I did the sacrifice, saying goodbye to all these people. When I come back, I'm so happy, I love them so much. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I said, you have one life. So I picked my career before.
Do you find that hard? Obviously, you found it hard. You described that it was difficult to leave your friends and these things at home. Do you think that eventually those people, that you had to say, hey, I'll see you when I see you kind of thing, and it's not going to be as frequent as it was, but it might be in the future. Do you think those people ever come around to understand that, you're doing the right thing for you?
I think the right people does. And I think it just cleans the relationships, It's like the same when you start to travel and you come back, people don't change. They live in the same town, they never leave the town. Some people never travel. Some people don't even have a passport. That's a real thing in this world. And so, you start to have kind of a space already between these people. So now I really have close friends, like very, very close friends, and they understand and they know me since so long that they see everything. And now they're so happy for me because I finally find the city where I'm really happy. And, I was in Paris, nice, but every people know each other. Here too, but it's different because it's a lot of back and forth. People move, come, leave. It's people all around the States, all around the US. They come in Austin. It's kind of the new San Francisco, 20 years ago. So to come back on your question, I will say, of course, they understand. For the people who understand is because they really love me. And for me, I think when you're an entrepreneur, if your friends don't understand or do not accept what you're trying to do, it's because they're just not your friends at the end of the day, Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, of course, it's sad to say goodbye, but I'm come back 2-3 times a year to see them. It's never enough, obviously, because I'm here just a week or two, but still, at least I can see them. And for those when I come back and I don't have time to see them because I prefer spend time with my grandparents, if they don't understand, I don't mind, Mm-hmm. But they do. Even it's like, I wish I've seen you. But it's the thing when every people who live them hometown, they understand that. And I think in the US, you guys understand that more because it's more normal to move cities. In Europe, it's not. You're born here, you live here, you die here.
Yeah.
That was my nightmare. I was like, I don't want this life. Like the full-time job, 9-5, dogs, kids, like at 20 years old, I was like, oh my God, no, just run away from that.
Yeah.
But for those who are happy with that, I'm so happy for them. But that wasn't my life. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And people have to accept that.
We talk a lot on this podcast about the idea of self-identification, and I find it really interesting that the crowds around us eventually self-identify in or out, right? Whether it be staff sometimes, or whether it be friends, or whatever the case may be. And I think it's so beneficial when friends are like, I can still support Eva. Excuse me, she's still my friend, and I get it. And when I see her, I'm grateful. And then the other people are like, oh, she's leaving me. I'll never see her again. I want to be born here and die here, kind of thing. But I'm curious about, was there a point? Because obviously this journey, it's hard, right? Becoming an entrepreneur. Was there ever a point where you felt validated and you were like, hey, this is what I'm meant to do? I'm sure it's a spectrum. I'm sure it's like a kind of a slow roll, and you get little validations along the way. But was there a defining moment where you're like, this is it, this is what I'm supposed to do?
I think you will always have questions. An entrepreneur never really happy, I think. It's not happy, is not the correct word. I will say an entrepreneur will never really fully satisfied because it's what entrepreneur does. You start a business, you already want to start another one. You start a project, you already want to start another one. And I think, you just have to concentrate yourself to come back to this question and say, okay, I am very happy with what I do. I am aligned with what I do. And I think I am aligned with what I'm doing right now. It was just tough time because, the real thing I love, it was event planning. And stopping events in 2020 to protect my business, I didn't have the choice to move from operational marketing to digital marketing. And me, at this time, I was like, I have no social media. I hate social media, and now it's my job. So, it was like a big step between I don't like phone and all this thing to, okay, I'm making money with that. So it was a big step. Because I just love people, contact with people. And I think it's why I like real estate. I was just helping people to find their dream house. And then I was helping a small business owner to grow their business. I don't know, it's just helping people. And I think everything about me is not, I'm the owner of a marketing firm. For me, it's more like, okay, I have a creative agency who does marketing. But at the end of the day, it's people first. And if we can help people having food in their fridge, paying the college for them kids, it's what makes me happy. And I work with a lot of brands who focus more on sustainability and, people first. I know doing some money, it's very important. Benefits important, but you can always do money, So if you don't have a purpose of this money, you will just lose yourself. That's great, you make money, but what? What is behind this money? What you gonna do with this money? Are you helping people? Are you sleep comfortable every night? Can you see yourself in the mirror? Because I saw so many business with shark when, you sign with people from the construction industry, so door to door, signing people. I saw a lot of bad commercial processes, and it's the same in the digital world. It's just people don't really see it, but it's a lot of big web development company who does that too. On other point, it's just using people when they don't have the knowledge. So because they don't know, they use them and they make him sign some stuff they don't even have any clues as what's the sign. So anyways, so my sales, it's 100% transparent. People know what they get when they work with me. And I don't want to stall people, and it's so many people who does. And anyway, I don't know why I came in this conversation, but value. Yeah, value. You have to keep your value. And I think I'm aligned now with everything I saw in the business, what I built with this business. People are happy to work with me, to work for me. And I think it's a result of doing good around you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. A repeated topic from you so far, and going all the way to the beginning of the conversation, is people and the fact that you really are in this to help people. Mm-hmm. Sometimes when entrepreneurs start a business, they have a mission, right? In your case, that might be helping people. But it's easy to get distracted by all these other things, especially as you scale and grow, right? I have to pay payroll. I have to make this tough decision. I have to travel back to France, whatever the case may be, right? I'm giving examples, but it becomes easy to get distracted from the mission. So I'm curious, what's the way that you decide to make sure that you're always aligned with your mission and your vision? And maybe that's, the question that you ask yourself in the morning, whatever that looks like for you.
Yeah, it's very hard to delegate. Every founder, entrepreneur will understand this sentence. But I think to stay aligned with what you like, what you do, I think first you have to focus on where you're good for. And the thing with entrepreneurs, you start to do so many things all the time. It's like a big thing. Like you have 10,000 ads and you don't have to do your bookkeeping. You don't have to do, I know you want to do it. It's important to know your finance, but you don't have to deal with this thing. And if you just find the good people to do tasks that where you spend time and you don't have to spend time here, you can still be aligned with what you do and why you start doing that. Because right now, my big problem was to scale. So that's great. Every people get paid, like France working, the team in France working, the team here, I'm building a team here. It was fucking hard to find people aligned. So I have my first 3 part-time here. They're awesome. They start kind of at the same time, like three months ago. Because I was starting to do, again, everything. And when you start to have all these ads, because you're scaling, so you don't have enough money to invest to employee because you're scaling. But at the same time, to scale, you have to spend this money because if you do not, you can't scale. So it's like a fucking snake eating this tail. But you have to, because one, you will stay a solopreneur and you will do 10 grand, 20 grand a month, working 7/7, having bags like that and say, yeah, I have a business. I'm a CEO of myself. No, like you can't live like that. And I'm a woman, so I'm thinking about building a family. So for me, it was like, okay, if I want to build a family in 2 or 3 years, I can't be this girl. I can't be the CEO of my own self and having all these bags and struggling every day with tasks just to make my customer happy. So yeah, when you arrive at this time, you do a lot of money yourself. That's great. You do 6-figure yourself, but you do not delegate. It's like big red flag. Like you have to delegate and okay, you will maybe not do 6-figure in your pocket, maybe just 20, but you decrease your turnover. You decrease your salary to put this money into something else to do bigger. And a lot of entrepreneurs don't understand that. Like you have to do less money to do more. And the scale part is the hardest part of, okay, I'm going from 6-figure to 7-figure. How can I do that? I can't do that myself. You need a team. No team, no scale. And to stay on what you love and where you're good at and why you start, you have to think, okay, what do I love? What do I want to do? And you do like kind of list. Mm-hmm. I remember I did this list like on the 1st January for New Year Eve. I make my partner doing the same list. I said, what you want to do, what you don't want to do anymore this year. Mm-hmm. And what you don't want to do anymore in your job, you have to do not to do it anymore. And it's where you have to have people. Mm-hmm. So like this, you can come back to, okay, I love my job. I love what I'm doing. Yeah,
I couldn't agree more. There's a framework that we use from a mentor of ours, and it's called the Genius Framework, and it's very similar to what you're talking about. You list out everything that you do in a day, and you choose the top 3 things that, there's criteria to them. So you have to be great at it. It has to produce results, and other people have to identify that you're great at it. And other than those 3 things, everything else either gets lower on the priority list or delegated completely. And that's how you ensure that, you're doing the right thing. And then you're fulfilled as well, right? Like back to you, like ensuring that you're working with people and helping people. And if you're not doing that, you're probably not your happiest.
No, I'm not. And, it's like, then you start to be just a bot, like doing like email all the time. And I don't know, like dealing with stupid problems with customers that you don't have to deal with that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I know I'm good at sales. I know I'm good at relationship and community building. So it's why I put team for the execution part. So yeah, of course, I'm still the brain. Every CEO still will be always the brain of the company, but I need to accept that some brains can pop up, and it can be more like a team thing. Mm-hmm. And I remember the first time I was like, I saw that my employees start to do stuff that I don't even have any clue about. Mm-hmm. And I remember my partner, he was like, are you okay? I was like, I don't know. People do things I don't know anymore. And it's like, yeah, but it's what you wanted. I said, yeah, but that's strange. Like, my customer are meeting teams I don't even know. My CEO are meeting my employee I don't even know. And they're doing things I don't know. And he said, are you okay? I said, I don't know. And I think it's this part of, because you can delegate tasks, but when you start to put C-levels into your teams, and you're not the only C-level anymore, when you really start to scale, it's scary. Mm-hmm. Not scary that, you're losing your mind and you're losing control. It's more like, it's scary because it's exciting. Mm-hmm. And you're like, okay, I am scaling right now. And, like, that's cool.
Totally. And it validates why you hired them in the first place, right? Because if you could do it all, you would, right? Or but the purpose is obviously scaling as we just discussed. But secondary is that like these people can do things that you don't know about, that they're better at, all these things. So ultimately you're providing a better service for your customer, and that's what you want to do, right?
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good thing. And I was saying, like, as a woman, it's, if you want to have kids, you have to have a kind of break. You can't, it's very different, I think, man and woman for that, because of course a man will be more tired because he will help, his partner. But at the same time, a woman, like at some point, you have to do not work for 1 or 2 months. Like, there's no way you can deal with postpartum and like a problem, like a fucking Slack all day long. Like, no way. So I think it's, you have to have a very strong team, and a team that you can count on. I think it's the same for a man, but if you want to build a family, it will be not really a problem in your brain. You will have the same body, the same emotion, like, even if you will be a dad versus becoming a mom. And I think I start to more understand this mom entrepreneur thing. Sometimes I was like, I don't want to be that. And sometimes I'm like, I will be that. And I don't know, it's another life challenge, I think, being a businesswoman versus a mom. Yeah. But yeah, you have to build a strong team, especially as a woman-owned business. If you want to build a family, you can't do everything yourself. You have to have a team. Yeah.
Let's talk about that. It's not something that obviously I can personally relate to, but I'm sure there's listeners that can. And I know that we've had mom entrepreneurs, I don't know the correct way of saying that, on the show, and everybody's handled it differently, right? Some went back to work, after 1 month. Some took a year off and trusted a team. You said this is something that you're thinking about. Give me a little bit of an overview on the framework and how you plan on doing that.
So right now I start to put C-levels, so COO, CMO. They kind of start onboarding like a month ago, and will be really on by the next year, because onboarding C-level is not onboarding a community manager. It's like a big process, and I built a business 10 years ago all myself. Everything is in my brain. I have no process on paper. And when I hired my COO, Sujin, she was like, okay, Eva, that's great. You have to put everything on paper. And I was like, wait, what you mean? And she's from the corporate world, and I never worked in corporate. So I was like, okay, so what should I do? Okay, where I start? So yeah, it took time to put every process, like the sales process, the onboarding, outboarding, if we have this problem, what we're doing, and all these cases you have to put on paper, because someone will do operational for you, have to know all these things. And I didn't even think about it. I was like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, actually, you can't operate because you don't know how I operate. So she has to shadow me and all this stuff. So that takes time. So I think as a COO, it's in any business, it's very like the key of a business. You have to have a great COO and you have to trust this person 100%. I always say having partnership or partners in business is like bigger than marriage, like really. Having investor or partners, like, oh my God, you have to really be picky and take time to know with who you work. Because if not, it's a mess. So yeah.
Have you had a poor experience? Is that coming from experience?
Yeah, I built the startups 2022. It was a project management software. Built it in France. Start to do fundraising. It was like we were like 3 and I, so 4. 2 were like around 50 years old. 1 specialized in blockchain. It was like a Web3 project. So very picky, but in the educational tech thing. So it was like a big project. I'm still working on that because the CTO decided to disappear. So when you're CTO, it's a partner in your business and you're like 4 in the business and the CTO disappear. It was like a big mess. So the code was compressed on server and we couldn't use it. So we have the beta version on the desktop, but when we wanted to launch the app, it was no one here anymore and a compressed code. So, and it was not AI at this time. I said 2022, but we start to build the app like end 2019, rebuild it. It was for events at the beginning. Rebuild it in 2020 because of the COVID. Start to launch in 2021. And then I did like the Viva Tech Paris, Bet London, Web Summit in Lisbon, Portugal. So did all this startup thing, like starting to do fundraising and stuff and disappear. So I lose fucking a lot of money. Still have the company. I'm crashing the company right now in France because you have to wait 2 years to crash it because it's so many money outside. So it was a big mess, big mistake to put everything on one person because I should have a tech team, a IT team, and not just one CTO and people who kind of know what they're doing. So yeah, big mistake. And bad choice. The 2 others were a good guy, you know. One was from Monaco. He was in the bank industry, so it was kind of the future CFO. So I have a CFO, CTO, I was kind of the CMO. And the other one for the blockchain, it was kind of project we wanted to do like gaming thing. But anyways, Squad Mate, the name of the company.
Mm-hmm. I read about that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? I mean, you mentioned that like maybe just like not having a team was your biggest mistake there.
I had a team at this time. My biggest mistake, it was the tech team, the technical team. So I should have 2 or 3 dev and not one dev who is CTO. Even if I know coding, it's not. You can't take the code from a coder, especially when it's compressed on when it's I don't even know why you fucking compress the code. I still don't understand. And then I lose like 100 grand in this project from my pocket. Never did any bank shit. Always pay cash, every people, always. And I was like, fuck, 100K, I could buy a building with this money, you know? Mm-hmm. Anyways, that's the part of being an entrepreneur.
You only do it once, right?
Yep, big time, yeah. So yeah, now when I hire people, if you have one question, it's a no. And my grandmother always says that if you ask yourself question, it's no question at all, it's no. It's for everything, friendship, partners, like love. You ask one time a question, it's not gonna happen.
Interesting, I like that.
Yeah, you can't. And you have to be very strict. And sometimes, you know, I have people, they're like, oh, you don't have an art, or it's not having your art in business. Business is business, you know. You can have empathy, but if an employee like always fuck up with some clients because she have to go, I don't know, to take care of her dog or do all this shit. Like, I will not have a heart, you know. Empathy, okay, but if it touch a business, it can make the business going very bad. No, business is business. If I have one doubt, it's fire. It's like you do one mistake, I can give chances, you know, but if one thing is very bad and very deep, you have to say goodbye. And one day someone gave me this advice and said, if you hire someone and at some point you feel that it's not the right thing to do and you did a mistake, you have to fix it straight away. Because if not, that can crash your business big time.
Definitely.
So sometimes business is business. You can be empathy, you can be kind, sweet, whatever you want to be. But yeah, business.
Totally agree. I think it's integral to separate those things. But everybody's threshold, I suppose, of separating these things is different. And so I'm curious, you know, to dive into maybe how you create boundaries. An example might be, you know, you have a really great employee and you start hanging out because you're friends, but at the same time, when you're at the office or making business decisions or, you know, working with a client or whatever, it's important that those things are separated. Do you have a framework for creating that separation in your relationships that are business oriented first?
Yes, we do. So business is WhatsApp, friendship it's text.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So because it's a thing when you start to have a relationship with employees or even clients, because sometimes my clients become my friends and we hang out and, you know, like it's fun. But yeah, if you can separate this thing, like if we speak business, it's WhatsApp. If we want to hang out, it's a text. And when we call, especially I did this experience actually, and I fired my friend, very close friend. We started to work together last year, give her an opportunity, and I don't know, wasn't a match. And it started to be like, after a month, I knew it will not be the match. So I fired her. And of course, I feel bad to fire my friend, but at the same time, it was the best for us. And we didn't really hang out together since that. And we saw each other yesterday night, actually. And she apologized because she knows why I did it. And I apologize too, saying I did it for you and for me. Mm-hmm. And now we like, can't wait to hang out again. But it's the thing, yeah. Friendship is important. My COO, she's a friend first. So I was like, fuck, should I do that again? And I was like, but I need to trust someone. COO is like, oh my God, like you have to trust. CFO, COO is like a big deal. So I was like, fuck it. Like, even if it's my friends, we'll do it. So yeah, sometimes we call and I'm kind of, you know, not angry, but I don't watch my mouth before speaking. And when I hang out, I'm like, fuck, it's my friend. I don't speak that way. But at the same time, it's business, you know? And when we hang out, it's my friend, we have a drink of wine, we have fun, that's fine. And your friends, if they do business with you, they have to know that and understand that. If not, it's no way.
Totally. I think ultimately it comes down to communication, right? And whether that be communicating of boundaries or just having straight up conversations and saying, you know, this is the differences and this is what. So I'm curious, firing your friend, did that set a precedent that you won't work with friends anymore? I know your CEO is also a friend.
No, yeah, I was thinking that, but for the CEO, I looked for a long time for someone and she was the best fit because she speaks French too. French, English, she's from Korea. So it was like some criteria. Having a team in France, I needed a COO who speaks French. So I started with another one before her, and first red flag, she lied to me 2 weeks. And I said, why did you lie? I don't know. Yeah, but we can't keep going. If you lie one time, I mean, COO, you lie after 2 weeks for a bullshit. Not that they don't know what to tell you. Okay, bye. You know, and I was like, next. And then she was there and I said, you know what? Do you want to take this job? I trust you. And it's how we start. So we'll see if we keep going together. I don't know. We never know. But I think it's the best fit right now. for that. Yeah.
It sounds like you know how to make decisions quickly.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, in your life, it's not just about business. It's about protecting yourself, protecting your energy from people. It's a lot of people, even in friendship. It's a lot of people that you can be very disappointing from human, especially now. I don't know, maybe it's the thing as 2025, since the COVID, a lot of people live kind of solo, and it's a lot of people, they're very selfish. So you can't say yes to everything. You have to control what you really want to do, where you want to be. And it's a thing, I think it's a new thing. I don't know, turning 30 opened my eyes a lot on life. And from your 20s to your 30s, you want so badly to make people happy. So you're like, yes, let's do this, let's do that. And when you focus on yourself, you're like, I am very happy with my life right now. So I think, it's very important to focus on what you do love and not, they will be happy about that.
You're not the first person that said that, turning 30, and I recently had the same experience that, that shifts quite a bit. That you're in your 20s, you're a giver, and then in your 30s, you're like, okay, let's focus.
Yeah. I think, the 20s is like discovering the world. And it's like a lot of experiences, a lot of first thing. And arriving in the 30s, you know what you like and what you do not like. I think it's just you start to really know yourself. I think it's the thing. They spoke about this 29 thing, actually. When you turn 29, it's like a big perception of yourself. And I really saw that. And I was like, what's this bullshit they're talking about? But that's true. That's true.
Yeah. I'm curious to chat about marketing. Marketing is this thing, and correct me if I'm wrong from your perspective, but in this digital age where everybody's got a phone and everybody's capable of taking a photo on their phone and posting something on social and throwing a filter on and whatever the case, and you and I know that there's a lot more in marketing that goes to that. However, because of the accessibility of these things, unfortunately, at some levels, the industry itself is undervalued, right? That the service is undervalued. And I'm curious how you counter that. And an example might be, if you're talking about working with somebody and you know your value and you know what you're worth and that sort of thing, and this person says, we experience it in photography all the time. Oh well, why would I pay you guys $15,000 to do this when I can pay my cousin's brother, $5?
I'm leaving.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think the price thing, it's another topic. But for the marketing area, I'm a math girl, okay? So when they come to me, the goal is always the same, increasing the turnover. And how you increase the turnover is like, okay, marketing is great, but marketing is so many things. So you have to think that social media, it's a tool. Or the website, it's a tool. Internet, it's a big tool. Events, it's another tool. Podcasts, it's another tool. And if you think about marketing as like a big toolbox, and that, okay, in this toolbox, what I really want to use to make this foundation. And so it's why I don't like to say I have a marketing agency. I said I have a creative agency, because a lot of people like marketing is like, oh my God, they will steal all our money and we will not have a result. Because it's a lot of marketing agency. So many clients come back to me like, we invest all this money and we didn't do anything and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. And I took all this trouble and I'm like, okay, we'll start from zero. We take the problem first. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do with your company? Do you want to do an exit? Do you want to just increase? Do you want to enjoy the money? Do you want to scale? Because some people, they want marketing, but they don't know what they really want. So you're like, okay, why you want marketing? To do more money? Okay, what you will do with this money? Because if you do more money, you need more people. Do you want more people? No. Okay, so do you really want more money? Actually, I don't know. So I like, okay, so what do you want to know? So marketing can be like brand awareness, where you just want to have your company shine, and there is a price thing, the positioning of the price. So if you want just to increase the brand awareness and think, okay, now I want to be a premium brand, I want to be a luxury brand, you will make more money, but with the same amount of orders. If we stay in the CPG industry, consumer packaging good industry, okay, I want to do more money, but do you want more order, or do you want to increase your price and be like a premium brand? So it's very, the marketing strategy can be so many things. You can do email marketing, great, but you will just have more order. Do you want more order? It's always the same question. And some people don't think about that. It's a lot of small business, they think like, investing in marketing is the key. But at the end of the day, if you do more sales, you need more people. Do you want to be a small business, or do you want to be a corporate? Do you want someone to buy your company? Do you want investor? Because sometimes they're like, oh yeah, but we need someone coming in and put $1 million, like this we can invest into marketing. You don't need $1 million to invest into marketing. You have social media strategies, you can do social media organic strategies, you don't need paid ads. If you do the great collaboration, great partnership with people, you don't need all this money on ads. And we just signed with a client yesterday. If I can put like 100K a month on ads with 10% conversion. Actually, it's why they call us, because they're like, okay, no way, we can't keep doing that with this agency. So they fire this agency and they start with us. But I'm like, the problem is not even about the conversion or the ads. It's the website is not okay. The conversion rate is bad because of your website. So marketing is not just about posting on social media and having a community manager doing like a cute video. No one cares about that. Obviously today, people scroll all day long. Like they saw maybe 50 different videos a day. They don't even care about that. What they do care is who you are, what you're doing, what's the storytelling, and it's how they will buy your product because they like the brand and they like the value of the brand. But yeah, anyways, I lose the line, but.
No, you answered the question. That's it. I mean, realistically, what I got from that is the asking why, because you need to get to the heart of the issue, right? To be able to, market loosely whatever it is that you're marketing. I'm curious, do you find that typically when you go down this why? So for example, the why do you want to market? Because I want to make more money, because I want to make more people, whatever. Do you find that people have the answer, or you're prompting the answer?
No, I think I do have the answer, because they have to answer, like you're the CEO. I only work with founder and CEO. So I always put them into the problem. Like when I saw what they did in the past, what we can do, I said, okay, we can do this with this amount of money. You will do this turnover. You will have, I said I'm a mad girl. So we say, okay, you will have 40% conversion if we do this strategy. And it's what we did since 5 years, so I know it's working. It's not like I'm inventing a science. It's mathematics. It's like YouTube, like a miniature, it's mathematics. People will click on it because of the miniature. And then it's the hook, and then it's the first minute, and then it's all these things. So you have a lot of criteria, but it's always about mathematics and numbers. It's like having a sales team. They have to reach out to 10K people to have maybe 50 who answer, to have 10 meetings and maybe 3 sales, and it's just numbers. So when I sit with these C-levels founders and I go deeper into the problem, we always find the solution. Even if it's with a low amount of money, or if they want to push hard, okay, let's put the money on, but you don't need like $1 million on ads to make money, or having memberships or subscription, because now it's more the goal of company. A lot of company want subscription and memberships, depending of the type of company, obviously, but at least they know how many sales they do monthly, so it's great for them to know that. So yeah, marketing. it's a big industry. I like it. We do website too, we Shopify partners, so we do website development and website optimization. Because I said, for me, it's not about marketing and doing ads and email marketing. It's about your website, who you are, or you show up, what type of events you do, storytelling, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, awesome. And I imagine there's a lot of education, right? Like you said, like people come to you after they've been burned, and so you have to kind of re-educate them on what marketing really truly is and how you can actually truly help them.
Yeah, it took time. It's the thing when you do what I do, it's like selling, but at the same time you do kind of coaching, you do advertising, advisor. You are an advisor and a coach and a consultant at the same time. So sometimes
therapist sometimes.
I know. Sometimes I'm like, I'm on a coaching session right now.
Yeah.
But that's good, like it's my knowledge I can share and I can help them that way. Mm-hmm. And obviously every time we stop working together, it's always, my customer work with me between 6 months to 3 years. Because then they have they have like so much work that they have to hire people, and having a marketing team as a service provider, external team, they love it. But at the same time, when they arrive at this point, they can afford a marketing department. Of course, they want people in house. It's always more easy. So I'm always between the small business and the baby corporate, who does from 1 million to 50 million revenue yearly. And then the little butterfly, and they leave me.
Which is exciting for you though, right? Because you know that you played a part in that growth.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's exciting. And I just love when, I don't like routine, So if I have to work every single day, I don't know, on a snack company, I will be so tired of it. So it's why sometimes but you're not specialized. I'm like, I'm already specialized into the internet world. I don't need to be specialized in foodies or specialized in beauty, skincare, all this stuff, because then what? I will put all my customers in competition. It's the same brain. Like, why I will have 10 skincare companies with who I work when I can have every single industry and have fun? That's more fun. Yeah.
And take learnings from one to the next, right? Which is always really interesting. We find is you might learn something in snacks as an example and apply that to the skincare industry, and nobody's ever done that before. So you're unique, right? For that.
Yeah,
reason.
right. Yeah, because people react differently. It's different community. Every brand has a different community. So it's funny to see, for example, the cannabis community versus outdoor community, so different. Outdoor people don't like social media. It's so hard to get into this world. And the cannabis community, they're we post one thing, it's like, oh my God, it's all over internet. They do memes already, they tweet everything. I'm like, oh my God, what is that?
Yeah.
So that's very fun. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. How do you ensure, do you have a criteria in place for ensuring that your clients or your potential clients are a fit to work with you?
I think it's always feelings. When you work with someone, it's because you like him or you like her. It's not really about the agency behind anymore. So I think it's a match straight away. If you match with a person, you will work with him. And it's very rare I do a quote and we do not sign. Because obviously when I don't want to work with someone, I will put huge numbers.
Yeah.
And I'm you will never sign. And I'm putting big numbers in the estimate, and I'm if he signed in money, but I think they understand that we will not work together.
Smart. That's the best approach.
That's terrible.
I don't know. It works. Or it doesn't. Sometimes they sign. They're like, yeah, no problem. You're like, oh shit.
I know it happened one time. I was like, oh my God, but that's all right.
Yeah. Cool. What's next for you? Your career so far has been so compressed. Basically, 2015 to now, 10 years.
Yeah.
What's coming up? What's coming down the pipeline?
I think keep scaling Ask Wolf. It's kind of a baby here. It's been a year. I built it it was in April 2024, so a year and a couple months. So I think the things that I travel a lot, change a lot of countries. I know a lot of people all over the world, but I need to focus and stay and stop moving. And I'm like, I need to go somewhere. No, I'm joking. So yeah, next step is to focus on building something in the city I really want to be and stop moving everywhere. And yeah, trust more my team, keep hiring good people. I have my first sales associate. It's kind of scary, like what he will sell, but I like him a lot. He's a very kind guy. So yeah, just keep building momentum, I bet.
Keep taking risks and having fun doing it.
Always. I love that.
Where can we send people to follow along?
askwolf.agency, that's the website. And you can always find me like evawolf.fr. On Instagram, FR is for France, obviously.
You have a .en for your English version as well?
No, I did not do that. Yeah, I don't know, it's just like, it's a famous like YouTuber called Ask Wolf actually. So it's why we did Ask Wolf Agency. Because if you put Ask Wolf, you see like very fast video from a YouTuber. And Eva Wolf, it's a girl, like, I don't know, she took all this domain. She's like a musician. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's her real name, but so I have to put like .fr. But yeah, anyways. Eva Wolf, yeah, on LinkedIn, website, social media, or in the link below.
There we go. Eva, thank you so much for coming today. This has been really enjoyable. I really appreciate all your insight.
Thank you so much, guys.